इसको याद नहीं है? We did the storytelling framework. We did the voice. Okay, guys, can you all name some of the storytelling frameworks that we did? There were 9 types. Obviously, I don't expect you all to remember it all. But जिसको जो याद आ रहा है बताओ जरा. You can just share it in the direct message chat. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you all the PPT again. Hold on one more time. 1 second. Today, we're going to do more about logo designing. Okay, guys, this is what we did the last time out. Okay, we talked about the 9 different types of storytelling. Okay, we did highlight their challenges. We did show understanding. We did this with example, guys. Last time, whoever missed out, we did real life examples. Then all of you all also shared the brands that actually go ahead with these examples. Number 3 was support their beliefs. Number 4 was honor their values. 5 is turn up the emotions. 6 is use details generously. 7th is demonstrate transitions. 8th is celebrate success. And 9th is story sharing. Again, I'll give you all examples again. Okay, starting from the bottom up. For story sharing, we had discussed in class Starbucks. Okay, celebrate success. We had discussed Imperial Blue. Demonstrate transition. We had talked about Gold's Gym or Max Protein. Use detail generously. We spoke about Apple. Turn up the emotions was Lodha. Honor their values. I think we spoke about LIC. Support their beliefs. We had which brand did we have? I don't remember which brand we discussed, but a general local brand we had discussed for support their beliefs. Show understanding was UNICEF, and highlight their challenge is something that is done by majority of the brands, where showcasing the issue, the challenge that people are facing in general. I hope that was a good enough recap for you guys. I hope you all got everything regarding storytelling, because till now you all have done everything. Okay, you all have done mission, vision. You all have done your archetypes. You all have done personality. You all have done differentiation. So we're going to move on to the last part of the branding bit, which is the logo creation. Okay, so as part of your course, as part of your schedule, we're going to do like the first part of it is like building a brand. Okay, सब जो आपको first lecture में सिखाया गया था, archetype, personality, this, that, logo. Okay, once that segment is done, then you're going to learn more about like personal branding, brand audit. Then after you do brand audit, you'll do brand awareness. then you'll do brand advocacy, then you'll do brand reputation management. So a lot of different topics related to a brand only. It's like once you've done like your first part of branding, then you talk about the more details and the more nuances of branding. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share logo designing on the screen now. Is it visible, guys? Okay, awesome. Let's start. Okay, guys. So one of the most interesting topics that we have over here is logo designing. आजकल लोग सीधा एआई में जाके लोगो वोगो बना रहे हैं, राइट? बट आई मीन वैसे ही करो। आई मीन क्यों जाके खुद से मेहनत करके बनानी है? अगर एआई से बन सकता है तो क्यों ना? But I don't understand how logo designing works, right? That's why we don't spend a lot of time. Like people who do actual design, spend an entire semester or an entire year or 2 years understanding logo design. Okay, so we're not going to be doing it that in detail. We're only going to be taking one lecture to understand logo design, because logo design is the last part of your branding, right? It is the most like end phase of it. You do last time we discussed. Okay. Okay. Instead of me repeating it, can somebody tell me the order of branding that we do? That's what we've been talking about since the longest time ever. Can you all tell me a little bit more? Just tell me, even it's okay if y'all don't know the order, at least tell me what y'all know. What are the stages of branding that we've done till now? The first one is purpose. Come on, guys, you all know this. I'm sure everyone's tired after college. सब थके यार, मैं भी थका हूँ, आप भी थक गए हो, ठीक है, बट थोड़ा सा एंगेजिंग करते will be interesting. Okay, I have few responses. Okay, someone said vision. Someone said, sir, can you please recap this thing? Only points. Okay, that's what I'm looking to do. That's what we've been discussing. But okay, let me see. Y'all give me your responses. फिर करेंगे recap. पक्का recap करेंगे. मैं वो recap वाला PPT ही share कर देता हूँ. Okay, don't worry. Till then, you guys give me responses. Okay, someone said purpose. भाई मैंने ही तो purpose बोला अभी. Okay. I'm gonna share the PPT again, guys. Have a look. Okay, this is everything that we've been talking about. जो हम लोग इतना टाइम पास कर रहे हैं 5 लेक्चर्स से, वो यही है, हम लोग यही डिटेल में सीख रहे थे. Okay, this is what we've been doing. Brand strategy elements. We did purpose. We did number 2. We did vision. Okay. We did mission. Okay, we have not done detailed lectures on brand vision, mission, and purpose, because those are not very important, very branding related topics. That's more related to having a company, having a brand. It's not something that we need to learn about more in detail. Mission, vision are things that you all have been taught since school days, since college days. Okay. Then after mission, vision, and purpose, we spoke about brand values. Okay, your brand values is similar to your word cloud. We did the word cloud in the previous lecture. Values are basically adjectives that describe your brand at the end of the day. Other than that, we did brand positioning. which we learned in the first day, where we saw an first, not first, second lecture or third lecture, where we saw an entire graph, right? And we understood how do we go ahead and position our brand compared to our competitors. Okay, then apart from that, we learned our 12 types of personalities in detail. Okay, we saw through all of this, we understood everything. Okay, then after that, we understood voice. Okay, yesterday's detailed lecture was on voice, tone, and storytelling. Your your brand tone, your brand voice. Look at that. Number 8 is brand story. Okay, we did brand story also last time. Again, heritage is not a topic that has a lot of different nuances. Heritage हो सकता है, possible है, heritage हो सकता है, possible है, brand heritage नहीं हो सकता है. Heritage का मतलब है कितना पुराना है. Okay, your tone and voice भी मैं बता देता हूँ एक बार. Okay, since you all wanted a recap, जो टफर टॉपिक्स है वहां से मैं रिकैप कराता हूँ. ओके, पोजिशनिंग मैंने बताया आपको. पर्सनालिटी में 12 टाइप्स के पर्सनालिटीज है. यू हैव योर आउटलॉ, मैजिशियन, हीरो, लवर, जेस्टर, एवरीमैन, केयर गिवर, रूलर, क्रिएटर, इनोसेंट, सेज, and explorer. You have all of these different types of archetypes in general, or you can call them as 12 different types of personalities. This is what we had learned. After we decide the personality for the brand, we create a voice and a tone. What is the voice? Voice is मैं क्या सोच रहा हूँ, मैं क्या मेरे क्या ख्यालात है, is my voice. और मैं वो कैसे बोलता हूँ, is my tone. That is the difference between voice and tone. Voice is आप कौन सी चीजों के बारे में सोचते हो. Over here, like let's take, again we had given examples last time out also. Let's take an example of Meet over here from the call. Meet thinks about football, Meet thinks about travel, maybe Meet thinks about studies, right? So all of that is his voice, but how he goes ahead and speaks it out is his tone. Okay, so that is the difference between voice and tone. Okay, and story is how exactly is he framing the things that he's saying. Okay, when Meet goes ahead and speaks, he has some thoughts in his head. Okay, that is his voice. How he speaks is his tone. But how does he structure the things that he's saying becomes his brand story. Okay, brand story and voice we did the last time out only in detail. Then the next is your brand heritage. Your brand heritage only comes in place if your brand is old. If your brand is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90-year old, then only your heritage comes into place. Okay. And the 10th thing over here is the tagline. You know, the tagline that we craft for the brand. Okay. After tagline, we do color psychology. Color psychology आपको already detail में पढ़ा दिया गया है. And then after that, we do the logo. Okay, these are the last two pegs. Okay, so color psychology is already done. Okay, and now the very last thing is going to be done today. That's the logo. So that means you all know all of these 12 different things in detail of how to start a brand. So if I ask you all, how do you start a brand? Okay, what do you do first? You make a purpose. Okay, then you decide your vision. Then you decide your mission. Okay, then you decide your values. Then you decide your positioning. Okay, where do you position your brand? Then you decide a brand personality. Okay, then after you've done deciding your personality, then you go ahead and figure out your brand voice and your brand tone. Okay, after you're done with voice and tone, you create a story for your brand. Okay, after you're done with the story, this point, heritage, maybe, maybe not. Okay, if you have a heritage, then only this comes into position. If not, then point number 9 is skipped. Point number 10 is tagline. Tagline should be max 2 to 3 words that represent your brand. Okay, after tagline, you decide the colors for your brand. Okay, orange, yellow, blue, green, white, whatever it is. And then based on that, you go ahead and decide your logo. So your 12th is your logo and your 11th is your color psychology. Is that clear? Does anyone have any doubts? This was a recap of what we've been doing. We finished 5 lectures already, 5 or 6, I'm not really sure. But this is what we've done. Okay, perfect. If anyone has any doubt, let me know because this is what we've been doing. Okay, and today is literally the last lecture of this segment. From tomorrow, we're going to be doing from tomorrow or wait, next lecture, whenever your next lecture is, we're going to be doing more things, more detailed things about branding, like personal branding, brand audit, brand awareness. You're going to be doing brand advocacy, brand reputation, all of those other things. Okay, let's get into logo designing. Before we get into logo designing, can you all tell me how many of you all know how to use Canva? Only one person? और किसी को नहीं आता है क्या? Okay, 3, 4. Okay, quite a lot of y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of y'all. Okay, awesome. We have 2 more people. I also know how to use it. Okay, awesome. So guys, before I'll get into Canva, right, let's understand the basics of logo design, right? ये जो logo design वाले reels आते हैं ना Instagram पे, यहाँ पे लोग आपको अच्छे से पकड़ के they tell you the types of logos. This reel works a lot on Instagram. If you're legit just educating people about logos, you know, there are different types of logos in general. If you want to go ahead and create a brand, have a look over here and tell me which one's your favorite logo out of this, guys. I'll tell you my favorite logo and my worst logo. Okay, I think my worst logo is Apple. I think my worst logo is Uber. I dislike FedEx. I think my favorite logo is Animal Planet, WWF, NASA. I like Google. And I'll tell you the reasoning behind it. Okay, you guys have spoken. Tell me which ones are good, which ones are bad. Okay, so someone says Toyota looks good. Someone says Red Bull and Mac are cool. Okay, I love Chicago Bulls. Someone's like favorite Coca-Cola, NASA. Someone said best is Target. Nike is the best. WWF is the best. Okay, someone said Mac and IG, WWF, or NASA. Okay. Okay, wow, y'all have more replies. Panda. Okay, WWF is cool, basically. Okay, so I'll tell you the reasoning behind it, guys. Okay, have a look at it. Try to understand the thought process that I'm coming from. Okay, NASA. Okay, bro, what does NASA do? NASA goes out and explores space. Okay, this creative legend looks like space. Okay, so the logo is in sync with the branding. Okay, what does World Wildlife Fund do? It saves the environment. Okay, that's why they have the panda. They save the environment. They save animals. Okay, it's in sync with what the brand does. what Google does is it helps you find A to Z. Okay, that is why Google has all the colors in the color spectrum. Still, Google is not considered one of the best logos ever because it has four colors in it. But I think if you look at it from a proper functionality perspective, it makes a lot of sense. Okay, Netflix also makes some kind of sense to me because this is how a theater screen looks like. Okay, a theater always has a rounded screen. Okay, that is why Netflix makes sense to me to be rounded. McDonald's makes sense to me because McDonald's fries are yellow in color, and that is literally the USP of McDonald's. Then again, Uber is so bad, right? They don't even have a car on it. Someone's asked me, sir, what's your all-time favorite logo? So my all-time favorite logo is very biased because it's my all-time favorite brand. So my all-time favorite brand is Nike, but the logo is not the best because the tick doesn't justify anything. Okay, Apple, does this even look like a tech company? This doesn't look like a tech company. So if you look at it from a functionality perspective, you have to understand why these logos are good, why these logos are bad. Even Coca-Cola makes no sense to me. Windows is still fine. Now, if I tell you which ones are just fine, okay, they are Windows, they are Red Bull. Red Bull still looks good because it looks like an energy drink to me. Okay, Target is like, bro, you will exactly get what you want. Target is also good to me. Windows is also good to me. Shell is also fine. Uh, then if you look at Dunkin' Donuts is also fine. LG is also good. Toyota, Chicago Bulls, 13 cabs. This is a very good one. But then I think which ones could use an improvement in general because they are not as per, what their brand is trying to sell would be Apple. Okay, Nike, Uber, Coca-Cola. Okay, they are legit the worst logos on the screen. FedEx. But these are one few of the most successful brands, which is absolutely crazy. Okay, these one, two, three, four, and five are literally the worst logos on the screen right now. And they are the best brands in general. Okay, now I'll explain why these logos are bad. Okay, so now let's understand what makes a good logo. Okay, there are just three tactics. Forget all the text. Okay, I'm not going to show you all the text. The text has been added so that you all can see the PPTs later. Okay, but again, over here, the logo must be appropriate. Okay, it must be simple and it must be memorable. There is one slide for each one of them. Okay, so appropriate means that the logo is relevant in form and concept to the client and the industry. For example, if you're designing for a fashion brand, then the logo needs to be elegant. But if you're designing for a sports brand, then the logo needs to be bold and dynamic. Okay, have a look. Okay, over here. There are a lot of different things that come into play that you all are going to learn over the course of this lecture. But if you look at all of these expensive fashion brands, okay, they look this expensive because of the type of font and the type of design that is done. These are made to look so chic. They are like, bro, Bulgari ke liye I'll pay. Versace, Dior ke liye I'll pay. I'll pay big money, good money for all of these brands at the end of the day. Okay, so it has to be appropriate. Again, over here, if we look at the previous slides, the most appropriate ones are NASA, Google, WWF. Okay, because it's exact, because it ticks all the boxes. Okay, number two is that is it simple? Okay, so simple means that the logo has to be focused on a single story and in most cases must be in uncomplicated form. Okay, now I want to ask you all a question regarding the simpleness of a brand. Okay, have you all seen in recent times वो लोग ने पिज्जा हट का लोगो चेंज किया है, वो लोग ने अंकल चिप्स का लोगो चेंज कर दिया, वो 3D अंकल को वो लोग ने 2D अंकल बनाया है. Have you all seen all of that? They've been changing a lot of logos in recent times, like a lot, and they're becoming absolutely garbage. Okay, they're becoming absolutely garbage, and there is a reason for the logos to be made in this way. I will show you all. Hold on. After all these three pointers are done, I will actually open a web page and show you all what logos have been changed in recent times. Okay, and the answer is yeah, someone's in the chat is like Pringles have become too garbage. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so the second pointer, guys, is that the logo has to be simple. Okay, and the third one is that is it memorable enough? Okay, so over here, Nike's logo is memorable, but is it appropriate? No. Is it simple? Yes. Okay, NASA's logo, is it simple? Absolutely not. Is it appropriate? Yes. Is it memorable? Yes. Okay. Windows logo, is it appropriate? Yes. Is it simple? Yes. Is it memorable? Yes. Okay. Have a look at the Apple logo. An apple for a technology brand. Is it appropriate? No. Is it simple? Yes. Is it memorable? Yes. So if your brand is able to tick all of the boxes, right? If you look at the WWF logo, is it simple? Yes. Is it appropriate? Yes. Is it memorable? Yes. Okay, your WWF, your Animal Planet, it ticks all the boxes. So does Netflix and McDonald's. Okay. The Google logo is not simple at all, guys, because it has multiple colors in it. That is again a very negative criteria to have. Okay, and I'll tell you all why. Okay. Now we will actually go ahead and try to understand things a little better. Give me a second. I will actually open a separate web page and show you all the recent logo changes. So there is just one common trend. There is a common thread in all of them. Okay. Can you all see my screen now? Sharing a web page. Okay, you all can. Awesome. Okay, there is a very common reason in majority of them. Okay, have a look over here. Meta, formerly known as Facebook. Okay, so the reason why Meta made this change is because of a different reason from other brands. Is that Facebook was the OG company, but then Instagram started gaining way more popularity than Facebook. Okay, but their company is still called Facebook, but Facebook as a platform is absolutely garbage. वहाँ पे खाली अंकल आंटी दादा दादी जाते हैं. Okay, but Zuckerberg company was known as Facebook, and Instagram was gaining more popularity. So what Zuckerberg had to do was he had to create a parent entity that owned Facebook and Instagram. And Meta still looks cool. Facebook is not cool right now because the youth do not like Facebook because the platform is absolutely dead. Okay, now you all will notice a common trend, guys. Have a look at the Burger King logo. Okay, look at the 3D elements. Look at the number of colors. Okay, I think that's the biggest hint that I can give you all is look at the number of colors and the 3D-ness and then look at the new logo. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Have a look at this. I don't know how to pronounce this. Maybe it's Professor. Let's maybe call it that. Okay, here again, have a look. Then move on to Planters. They absolutely removed this Mr. Peanut. I love this guy, man. This guy was the charm of the brand. This is GM. This is CIA. Renault. Guys, look at the 3D-ness of the OG logo and the 3D-ness of the new logo. Okay, Sweet Green. Discord. I don't think this looks quite different. Paramount. Magnum. Not important brands, not important brands. Volvo, look at this Volvo. Campbell's, Legit, bro, they only changed the font. CIBC, look at the difference. Look at the number of colors there And look at the number of colors here. Papa John's. Okay, MEC, Hotjar, ABC, 3D. Look at the 3D-ness over here. Okay. Upwork, Oxford, Udemy. Okay. Now, what's the common trend, guys? There is something common why these guys are changing their logos. Like, what's up? What's happening? Okay, someone says, sir, but why this big companies change logos like they have to change in some tenure or up to them, then why they change? Someone says, as their audience are getting big, so that's why. Okay. So now let me tell you all something, guys. I think the person who said because they're getting big, that's why. Okay, that does make sense too, but to a certain extent. Okay, so now I'll tell you all what's common between all of these companies that are changing their logos. Okay, we will skip Meta because Meta changed it for a tactical reason, but I will come to Burger King, and here you will see that the 3D and the three colors have changed to two colors. Okay, in general. Over here, again, we'll skip this example. We'll come to planters. Again, planters, they have skipped. There are, I don't know, one, two, three, four color shades, switch to two. Along with this 3D figure has been eliminated. Okay, I would love to show all the Pringles also. Okay, see this. Okay, this is the new Pringles logo. Okay, they made it basic 2D. This is what the old Pringles logo looked like. And this is what the new Pringles logo is. So now, guys, what happens is that if you are a brand and you are becoming bigger and bigger, okay, printing this kind of shit, okay, cuts into your margins. Okay, painting, posting, very, very heavy and very, very technical things on your packaging, okay, makes it absolutely and extremely difficult for you to maintain the margins on the product. So if your product, instead of having three to four to five different shades of colors, if you restrict your color shades to just two, there is a higher profitability that you can have at the end of the day as a brand. Okay, that's why we will go back to the previous reference for you all to understand and see how majority of the brands have reduced the number of colors in their logo. Okay, majority of them would have done that. Okay, and they remove the 3D-ness. Okay, because the 3D-ness costs a little more money to print. Okay, and the numbers that you have to get out of it makes it absolutely difficult. You see, everyone's removing their 3D-ness because it's easier to load this. Also, there is one very important thing is that when you load websites, okay, now if you look at my website screen right now, there is this logo over here, okay, of this particular company. Now, what happens is that every time you open the website of any particular company, their logo has to come on the top left side. It's something called as fav icon. Okay, it's something that we learn more in detail over, our few lectures, not in branding, but in digital marketing. That's what we learn. That's what we teach all about websites and stuff like that. But again, over here, this is something called as a fav icon. Okay, so this takes some time to load. Now, if the logo is 3D, okay, and it's not 2D, the time taken for your page to load also is more. And also your logo is an element that is present throughout your website. If you go to Volvo's website right now, you will see a Volvo logo. Okay, see, you see the Volvo logo, you see everything, you'll see the Volvo logo in a lot of different places. See, now this is is this page loaded? It's a very shitty website. Okay. Now it's loaded. Okay, but this is a negative trait of a brand. So you want to avoid this. So what brands do is that these guys are utilizing smaller versions of the logo so that their websites load faster. Okay, in today's day and age, it's very difficult to stay on the first page of Google. So again, to stay on the first page of Google, you have to minimize a lot of things on your back end. Okay, and changing your logo helps you, number one, to increase your page load speed. Your page loads faster. And number two, you spend lesser ink on printing, so it gives you way higher margins for your brand and you're able to earn more money. Okay, someone saying H&M also changed their logo. Let's have a look. Did they change in recent times? Okay, I don't think I can find it. Okay. Anyways, but you guys got the gist, right? As to why logo changes are done. The most genuine and general reasons that we have. Also, what happens is that sometimes brands only change their, what do you call it, fonts. I think Johnson and Johnson is a very good example. Okay, they only change their font after years. Okay, y'all can Google this a little later. Okay, Johnson and Johnson actually changed only their font after years and years of being in the market. And people are like, क्या कचरा logo बना है? पहले वाला better था. Okay, but again, there are a lot of different ways that fonts are perceived. Okay, every font has a different meaning. Every font is associated with things differently. So, sir, a while back, even me, MI did the same thing. Correct. So now I'm going to explain to you all how do all of these elements and these fonts and these small little curves and everything, how do they make a big difference in your branding? Okay, let's try to understand shapes first. Okay, does anyone know which company this is? Any guesses? Okay, we have four replies. Mitsubishi. Someone said Airbnb. It's not Airbnb, this Mitsubishi, guys. But yeah, again, there is a lot of different things. This is Airbnb ऊपर वाला, नीचे वाला Mitsubishi है. Again, it's like, see, over here, I'll tell you a little bit about these stories, okay, about Airbnb and what is happening. Okay, so if you have pointy edges, okay, as a brand, when you have something like this, okay, when you have pointy edges, this is not a brand that is looking to give you safety, security, and all. This is a kind of brand that will give you a rush. Okay, it'll give you energy, it'll give you a thrill. It'll want to make you do crazy things. Okay, there was a time back in the day जब भी लोगों के पास Mitsubishi Lancer होती थी. Okay, people who used to have a Mitsubishi Lancer, those were absolutely mental people. How many of your parents had a Mitsubishi Lancer? Mitsubishi Lancer drivers were insane. They always wanted the rush, they wanted the speed, they wanted the thrill. That is why people were actually buying the Mitsubishi Lancer. It was a very, very famous car because Mitsubishi's entire branding is based on the fact that it makes you feel young again. So I know a lot of uncles who were like 45, 50 years old, and they want to live their youth again. Those guys were buying a lot of Mitsubishi Lancers. So overall, when your brand has pointy edges, that means that this is about the thrill, this is about the rush, this is about the energy. Okay. Also, as per color psychology, you all know that the most dangerous color in the entire spectrum is the color red. Okay. Along with the color red, if you add a pointy, pokey edge to it, okay, then that is something that means even more danger. And if you have a look at the Mitsubishi logo, the number of pointed edges, 1, 2, 3, 4 into 3. It has 12 pointy edges, right? So again, over here, this signifies a very, very dangerous brand overall. And all the people who were buying this brand also were very in sync with the branding. Okay, because these were the guys who wanted the rush. They wanted the energy, they wanted the thrill. Airbnb changed their logo to remove any kind of pokey edges. There were no spikes in the Airbnb logo, right? Because the thing is that Airbnb, it's very risky to go and live in someone else's house. Okay, so when a person sees the logo, they should feel at home, they should feel soft, comfortable, gentle. And they also try to make it look like a home, like a roof. Okay, plus they try to make it look like a heart because Airbnb was having major problems back in the day where they were not being able to get people to book homes through Airbnb because you were like, भाई तू किसके घर में कैसे रहेगा? वो तुझे अपने घर में एक कमरा दे रहा है, फिर कोई मर्डर वर्डर कर लिया या कुछ हो गया तो कौन देखेगा? Right? So Airbnb was having problem. They actually countered it by making the logo look like a house and a heart and something that has no pointy edges at all. And if you look at it closely, this also has a location pin. Like they've done so many things overall with the help. And see over here, if this was not a heart, okay, the location pin would have been a point. Okay, and a point immediately means danger. But they removed things with the help of this. Have a look at this. This logo should be worth at least 10 crores. Okay, I'm sure they paid way, way, way lesser. But this has actually changed the entire company. The way this logo is made, it's made things so much better for them. The logo makes a hell of an impact on the brand. Have a look over here. Circles and curves, natural, complete, wholesome, relaxing. Okay, edges and angles, confidence, daring, fearlessness, leadership. ये देखो second वाला. Third वाला, squares and rectangles, dependability, equality, security, and stability. Okay, this is squares and rectangles. Okay, you all notice IBM, Microsoft, they always have a patch behind their logo, like a square or a rectangular patch. So that stands for dependability, security, and stuff like that. Have a look at this. Okay, lines. This is very interesting. Vertical lines represent growth and upward motion. Horizontal lines are reliable and balanced. Okay, now again, this takes me back to the IBM logo. I hope they have an example. Wait, I'll show you all. I'll Google it and I'll show it to you all. I'll show you all logos with lines. Okay, see, vertical lines represent growth and horizontal lines are reliable. Okay, organic shapes such as clouds, leaves, and water droplets are used to convey spontaneity, creativity, or natural process. Okay, now let's go back and see lines. I will showcase a web page to you all again. Let me just try to find a page, then I'll showcase it on my screen. Okay, have a look. I don't think I found a good web page, but we can have a look at the images. Okay, the one of the main ones is IBM. They're even using the color blue. Means these guys want to be your most trusted partner. Okay, IBM is one of the good examples. Okay, where they're actually trying to say that you can trust us, you can trust our servers, you can trust our software, our hardware. IBM, that is why they utilize the lines. Okay, the best and the most trustable logo in the world is IBM, because IBM utilizes both of the elements which mean trust, which is these lines, multiple lines, and the color blue. That IBM is legit one example that we give everywhere. It is the most trustworthy logo. Have a look. Bumble has lines. Can someone tell me why does Bumble have lines? Why could Bumble possibly have horizontal lines? Take a random guess, guys. Okay, someone said to indicate different genders. Someone said still I got no matches. Someone said this should be like connection. Okay. So guys, over here, why are there horizontal lines in the Bumble logo? Is that if you have horizontal lines, it means trustworthiness. Okay, means it's a genuine platform where you will meet genuine people. Okay, plus obviously this does help represent a honeycomb. Okay, but at the end of the day, the horizontal lines means that this is a trustworthy platform where you will meet trustworthy people. Okay, the lines in DHL means they're not only used to signify fast. Ye dekho, the way it's done, it looks like the flash is running, so it looks like it's gonna be on time in speed, but also horizontal lines means trustworthiness. So they means that they are going to safely deliver your package to you. Bumble means that you will meet genuine people over here. Okay, Adidas, the horizontal lines means that you are going to get genuine products at the end of the day. Okay, New Balance also has lines where again over here these lines are saying trustworthiness but also energy. Okay, they're also saying energy rush. And this B in that shape means extreme sports. Once a logo is tilted to a particular angle, that showcases pace, energy, rush. That is what you want people to feel at the end of the day. Okay, now look at logos with vertical lines. Vertical lines means growth. Okay, Cisco is a good example that we have. We have SoundCloud, but SoundCloud is not the perfect example. The reason they are using vertical clouds is not for the reason that we are teaching. So we don't use the example of SoundCloud as such. Cisco seems to be your best example over here. I don't know if we can find anything else that is readily available. Does anyone know any more logos with vertical lines by any chance? So let's just draw lines. ये देखो mini has horizontal lines again. Very few, very limited logos are available. Okay, airline companies is what someone has said. Let's try. Okay, someone said Ryanair. Oh man, Ryanair is one of my favorite brands, but I can't remember how their logo looks like. Yeah, Ryanair does have vertical lines in the logo. Here you go. Perfect example. Three vertical lines in their logo. Thank you, buddy, for providing that example. Absolutely loved it. If you all want to see social media strategy, the actual really good social media strategy, you all should follow Ryanair. They absolutely go ahead and can everyone. They destroy everyone. They make fun of people who fly with Ryanair. They're an absolutely ruthless brand and they troll everyone on the entire planet. Okay, so it's a cheap airline, Ryanair, and they troll people, they troll other airlines. Basically, they're so cheap that no airlines can compare to be this cheap. And they actually capitalize on the fact that they are cheap and they market it that way only. हाँ हम है सस्ते हैं तो सस्ते हैं आपको सस्ता नहीं चाहिए तो आप किधर और जाओ that's how ruthless these guys are. But we'll move on. Okay. Now let's move on to the next thing, guys. I've shared the PPT again. Okay, we completed shapes. Okay, now we're gonna go to move on to icons. Okay, icons like these. Let's try to understand icons better. Okay, now there are multiple types of icons that you all can have for a brand. Okay, so you can have abstract. Again, the best abstract one is Pepsi. थोड़ा ऐसे blue है, थोड़ा yellow नहीं क्या बोलते हैं white and थोड़ा red. Okay, that is your abstract type of logo. Okay, now ये content reel में बहुत viral होता है जो ये slide पे है ना strategy, the types of logos. Okay, word mark for a brand name that is short, easy to pronounce, easy to spell. Coca-Cola, Disney, Google. ओके जहाँ पे सीधा टेक्स्ट में लिखा है भाई उसको बोलते हैं वर्ड मार्क. ओके मोनोग्राम क्या बोलते हैं भाई H&M इतना बड़ा है कि मैंने उसको छोटे में करके लिख दिया. Chanel को मैंने CC लिख दिया, लुई विटॉन को LV लिख दिया. दैट इज व्हाट यू मीन बाय मोनोग्राम. ये थर्ड वाला. ओके कॉम्बिनेशन मतलब भाई मुझे टेक्स्ट भी चाहिए और मुझे आइकन भी चाहिए. ये देखो कॉम्बिनेशन लिखा है फेवर्ड बाय ऑल ब्रांड्स कवर्ड ऑल बेसिक कन्वेज मोस्ट मीनिंग यूज्ड बाय डव रोलेक्स सिस्को. डव में भाई वो चिड़िया भी है उसके नीचे टेक्स्ट भी लिखा हुआ है. बेस्ट ऑफ बोथ वर्ल्ड्स इज व्हाट अ कॉम्बिनेशन लोगो लुक्स लाइक. ओके एम्बलम. एम्बलम का मतलब है दे एक्चुअली क्रिएट लाइक सम काइंड ऑफ सिंबल फॉर देम. ओके लाइक वार्नर ब्रदर्स का WB इज एन एम्बलम. BMW का दो ब्लू और दो वाइट इज एन एम्बलम. स्टारबक्स इज एन एम्बलम लोगो. Okay, pictorial. The next one is pictorial is Playboy and Twitter. Okay, mainly picture based is what your pictorial means. And mascot is KFC में वो चाचा है ना KFC के चाचा उसका नाम क्या है? Colonel Sanders. Okay, Colonel Sanders is the face of KFC. Okay, Wendy's has that the Wendy's goal as the logo. Then Pringles has Mr. Pringle. Then Monopoly has a mascot. Can you name other brands that have a mascot? Uncle Chips. Oh, thank you. That was so good. Anything else? वो जो Pillsbury आता था ना वो there used to be a chota man made of atta. Oh, Michelin. Thank you so much. That is great. Air India. Air India has stopped associating with their mascot. Air India does not want to continue to do that. Yeah, someone said Hippo. Yes, I do know Hippo. Hippo is a good brand. एक और था यार मेरे अभी दिमाग में आया था अभी निकल के मेरे दिमाग से. ड्यूरासेल. Duracell, I don't know. Okay, yeah, someone also mentioned Duracell. Perfect. Duracell का logo देखते हैं. चलो, even I want to Google it. I want to check if Duracell has the bunny in the logo. Okay, Duracell has a mascot, but the Duracell logo does not have the mascot. Okay, guys, this is also like a huge difference. I will try to explain it to you all. Okay, a brand can have a mascot, but it's not necessary to have the mascot in the logo. Okay, now try to understand over here. See this KFC. See, you have Colonel Sanders in the logo. Okay, you see Wendy's. It has the girl. Okay, now you all have given me a lot of examples. Someone said Ambuja cement. Okay. See, it has the guy in the logo. They have their mascot. Okay. Now someone else has said Cheetos and McDonald's. Okay. Now understand McDonald's is not a mascot logo. So McDonald's is wrong. Okay. But let's see Cheetos. Cheetos in their new variation of the logo do not have the mascot. Okay. So it's not a mascot logo. Someone said Parle G and someone else said Complan. Okay, I'm going to check Complan and Parle G and Hippo. Okay, Hippo as a brand has it. I think this is only the logo. Complan. Complan has no mascot, so it's not a mascot logo. And Parle G. See, this is also not a mascot, this thing. It has a mascot, but the logo is not a mascot logo. So that is the difference. Okay, I hope everything is clear in the types of logos also. So brand can have a mascot, but then it can decide whether the mascot should be in the logo or not. Completely depends on the brand. KFC has it, Wendy's has it, Pringles has it, Cheetos doesn't, Parle-G doesn't, McDonald's doesn't, even though they have a mascot. Okay, moving on, the next thing that we have is in the logos, the colors are absolutely essential. That is why we do colors as step number 11 in branding. So you first figure the colors and then only you come towards the logo. Okay. Uh, this particular slide is talking about colors. We've already done colors. Okay, so it's going to be a very quick little recap for you guys. Okay, what are the main factors that determine the choice of colors for your logo? One is color psychology. We've already done this. Okay, कहाँ गया भाई? ये देखो, ये सब किया हम लोग ने. Red, excitement, strength, love, energy. Orange, confidence, success, bravery, sociability. Yellow, creativity, happiness, warmth, cheer. Green is nature, healing, freshness, quality. Blue is trust, peace, loyalty, competence. Pink is compassion, sincerity, sophistication, sweet. Purple is royalty, luxury, spirituality, ambition. Brown is rugged, trustworthy, dependable, simple. Black is formality, dramatic, sophistication, security. And black is clean, simplicity, innocence, and honest. We've legit learned all of these colors except for brown, but we discussed brown in that class. We also discussed golden and silver. Okay. Sir, what if all these colors are in one logo? Then it's the absolute worst, because if you want to make a good logo, you should have maximum two colors. More than two colors makes a shitty logo. and it's expensive for your brand at the end of the day. If you look at my company's logo also, if my company becomes way bigger, I won't have to change it that much because I don't do products. Okay, if you look at my company's logo, it has a detailed shark popping out. It's very 3D and it's like a full shark, and there are three colors, black, white, and blue. But if I was a person doing a lot of products, okay, then I would also have to change my company's logo at the end of the day. You know, the reason behind changing the logo always is that so that your website loads faster and you save money on printing. Those are the two main guidances. So again, if I still think that I'm not being able to come on the first page of Google, then I will change my logo a little bit more to make it a little more simpler. Right? That is when I will consider changing the logo of my company to make it simpler. My previous company was called Social Connect. Okay, Social Connect. And they changed their company name to Connect. Okay, so they had to change their logo. Okay, so why they changed it from Social Connect to Connect? Because they were not being treated like a very, very, what do you call it, like a good company. They're like, अरे यार ये कचरा social media बना रहे ये वो. But they were a company that was making an actual impact in the social media space. Okay, so all the companies had social in their name. And whenever a company has social in their name, it's a different kind of company. Okay, one what was happening was that people do not consider a lot of companies with social in their name very seriously. And whichever company that has social in their name, they usually analyze other companies who are doing social media. That is why our company had to change their name from Social Connect to Connect. Then after 2 years, again, they changed their logo to FCB Connect because they were acquired by FCB. So that is why they had to technically change their logo two times. So again, yeah, you can leave. It's okay. Uh, what was I saying? I forgot. Yeah, sometimes it's very technical, guys. Sometimes you have to change your logo because of technicality, like how Meta did, how Connect did. But sometimes you just change your logo from 3D to 2D to make it simpler, to load your websites faster, and eventually to reduce your cost of printing. Okay, guys, we saw this next thing also, cultural associations वाला हम लोग ने chart पढ़ा था color psychology के lecture में. We understood A to Z of how culture of different regions, Middle East, Southeast, Indian, actually affects color psychology. Okay, apart from that, guys, this is one very important thing that you all have to understand, that the target market also impacts. Okay, this chart you haven't seen yet. Okay, but this chart is a very important chart because this is the chart for industry. Okay, so if you are working in an industry, if you have this particular color, there are more chances that your company becomes better and more successful. See, this is home and living tech. Okay. Guys, look at this chart in front of your screen and name the companies as per these colors. See, I already know one technological innovation is Meta and Amazon. This one, though, everyone should know, orange color, food and drink. Come on, let's have fun with this chart, guys. Okay, someone said Burger King for orange. Is Burger King orange? Okay, गेमिंग के लिए लाइट येलो, ट्रैवल के लिए लाइटिश, समवेयर इन द येलो शेड. रिलेशनशिप्स में पिंक कलर की कोई कंपनी है? Guys, work and education, this red one, come on, you all know this. Okay, someone said Tinder, but Tinder is not pink. Okay, so now work and education is red. Okay, so there you have Udemy. Okay, these guys are saying that these colors would work better if you have a company which does exactly this. Okay, apart from cultural association, apart from color psychology, there are some colors, okay, that represents few industries. Okay, so if your color is as per that, you get a bigger advantage. Money and finance. Okay, all main finance brands utilize the color green. Okay, because green is a finance industry sector. Someone said Zepto. No, Zepto is purple. Food and drink, a good one over here would be Swiggy. Okay, Swiggy fits into this zone. Okay, Meta fits in over here. Okay, Nature's Basket comes here. Okay, any other LIC or insurance brand comes here. Someone said grow more. I'm assuming that's a mutual funds brand or a finance brand. Probably going to go into green. Okay. I hope you all got it. I don't know any orange color games. I think this Make My Trip ka color kya? Make My Trip is red, no? Hallmark is purple. What is Hallmark? I can't recall. Go Ibibo. Yeah, Go Ibibo does fall under this, similar to it, similar shade, but yes, Go Ibibo is good. Okay, पर्पल कलर फैशन ब्रांड्स आर गोना बी गुड. सो ये पूरा चार्ट जो आपको बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा है कि अगर आपका कंपनी कोई इंडस्ट्री से है तो यू कंसिडर मेकिंग द लोगो इन दिस कलर. ओके, लाइक दिस. So a red color work company or a red color education company will work very well. ऐसे बोल रहे हैं लोग. Orange color food company will work very well. Okay, but apart from that, red is also a very heavy food color. Okay, हम लोग ने कलर साइकोलॉजी के लेक्चर में ज्यादा डिटेल में पढ़ा था कि अगर आपका खाने का कंपनी है तो आप कभी भी ब्लू का कलर यूज ना करो, बिकॉज ब्लू इज नेवर एसोसिएटेड विद फूड. इट्स मेनली ऑरेंज एंड रेड. Okay, now we're done with three segments. We're done with color, we're done with icon, we're done with shapes. We're moving on to the next one, which is fonts. Okay, now there are a lot of different types of fonts that we utilize overall, guys. Now let's go ahead and understand what these kind of fonts are. Okay, have a look. Okay, there is serif, there is sans serif, there is script, and there is custom. Okay, serif fonts are Prada, Gucci, HSBC. Sans serif fonts are Levi's, Google, and Facebook. Now let's go back and understand. Okay, see, this is Gucci, Prada. I'll show you all together. Gucci है इसमें, Prada. Okay, I found Gucci. हाँ, Gucci and Prada. Okay, guys. Now ये दोनों बाजू बाजू में ही हैं. Okay, तो you all see, अगर मेरे को सिंपल शब्दों में बोलना है, okay, तो ये फॉन्ट एकदम पॉइंटी पॉइंटी है. Okay, that is what I mean by that. Okay, if your font is more pointy, that means it's more lavish. Okay, see Versace, see Dior. Okay, see Ralph Lauren, Valentino, Hugo Boss, Burberry, Hermes, Bulgari. So these are examples of your serif font. Okay. See, these fonts are stately, impressive, and are used to convey authority, dependability, success, and dominance in a field. In different variations, they can also make a brand look confident without being too aggressive. Okay, let's look at the second segment, which is sans serif. Okay, sans serif मतलब आपका brand एकदम मस्तीखोर होगा. Okay, cheerful, happy, exciting, welcoming is what you have for sans serif. Levi's, Google, Facebook. Let's have a look. Okay, all the mastihor brands are gonna be in that segment. Which one do we have? Google, see Duncan, LG, Toyota. So again, when your brand is not very serious, right, you have to use fonts like those. You have to use your sans serif fonts. Okay, now let's understand what are script-based fonts. Script-based fonts, good example is Barbie. यहाँ पे है मतलब पूरा continuation. जो आप स्कूल में बोलते थे cursive, okay, that is what your script-based font is. These fonts resemble handwriting. They are chosen by a brand for going for a humanistic look, a playful feel, and a laid-back environment. Okay, when you want to show more casual than sans serif. Okay, when you're saying it's chill, it's relaxed, bro. This is a good, feel good font, feel good brand. Okay, Kellogg's, Instagram, and Barbie are script-based fonts at the end of the day. And lastly, Netflix is a custom font. Okay, look at that. Netflix has a bend in between. So now that is done specifically for a technicality perspective. Netflix has the bend because movie screens have the bend in them. Okay, so that is the last type of font that you have, which is a custom font. So you have serif, sans serif, script, and custom. And obviously, each brand at the end of the day is perceived differently because a brand is perceived as a whole. This is what this slide is saying that, bro, a brand, it comes down to cohesion and unity in a brand at the end of the day. It's how it's perceived overall. Okay, I absolutely dislike the Starbucks logo because it makes no sense, bro. You're having coffee, but the coffee has a mermaid on it. What sense does it make? Okay, so if you look at it from a technicality perspective, having a mermaid on a coffee makes no sense. Okay, absolutely makes no sense. But that's how the branding is done for that brand. It breaks all the norms of logo design, which is the Starbucks font. But again, it looks luxurious and lavish. Okay, the logo does not look like cringe at all. So again, that still is true to their brand because it's luxurious coffee. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Okay, perfect. Let's go quickly and finish quickly. Okay, let's understand the elements of logo design. Okay, does anyone have any doubts till here, guys? As part of your final project, you'll have to design a logo for me, yeah? Okay, moving on. Understanding the elements and principles. Obviously, bro, now we know that the logo design is the last part of the entire branding process. So what are the elements that are important? Obviously, your brand identity. What is your brand identity? Everything that we've learned in the lectures till now forms your brand identity at the end of the day. Your voice, your tone, your purpose, your mission, your vision, everything coming together is what your identity is. So obviously your logo has to be in sync with your identity at the end of the day. Okay. See, over here, it says that story doesn't necessarily need to be personal. For instance, Starbucks logo, it has a rich story that has to do with the ship's first made in Tale of Adventure. It's very random. The whole Starbucks story is very random. So what they're saying that, bro, sometimes it's okay to go out of sync with what your brand means as long as, wait, what the hell? Yeah. As long as you are able to go ahead and portray the message that you want to. Okay, but guys, it's very rare that a brand has random logo and the random logo makes it, because in today's day and age, there are way too many brands in the market. So if your logo doesn't depict very clearly what you are trying to do, then you might not be able to make it big in your particular industry. The next thing is start simple. What does simple mean is that you need to have maximum two colors in your brand. Okay, it should not be like this. This is not simple. This is an absolute worst logo ever because it has five colors. Okay, have a look. This is a hypocritical simple logo. Okay, it has five different colors, four in the band and the fifth one over here. And this is the absolute opposite of simple because companies are looking at keeping their logos with maximum two colors. So when you all have to make logos for your assignment at the end of these lectures are done, make sure to have only two colors in it. Okay, the next thing is uniqueness. Okay, uniqueness is something that Starbucks had. Okay, they only counted on uniqueness and nothing else. Fonts, again, 100% fonts do make the biggest difference. Colors make a difference. Okay, now this is an important fact that you all need to understand when it comes to logos, that logos are multifaceted and they are also multi-purpose use. Okay, it's as simple as the screenshot that you all can see on the PPT. ओके एक लोगों को काफी अलग अलग चीजों पे काफी अलग अलग जगहों पे ऐड करके देखना पड़ता है इसलिए इफ यू ऑल हैव सीन हाउ अ लोगो इज मेड यू विल ऑलवेज नोटिस दैट लोगो का मॉकअप एक बिलबोर्ड पे जाता है एक टी शर्ट पे जाता है एक यहाँ पे जाता है एक वहां पे जाता है पैकेजिंग पे जाता है राइट सो यू हैव टू सी हाउ योर लोगो लुक्स on every single face at every single interface. How your logo has to look is what you need to be able to see beforehand, because a lot of people forget to see this. Only when you go to professional logo designers do they go ahead and put it up on every single interface for you, and it's very important to see all of the interfaces together. The next one is know more about your target audience. Obviously, we've already done that. Compare your competitors logos. ओके तो गाइज अभी जो नाइकी और पूमा और एडिडास का लोगो है तीनों ब्लैक है. ओके तीनों ब्लैक है एट द एंड ऑफ द डे. ओके एंड देर ऑल वेरी सिमिलर टू ईच अदर. ओके नाइकी पूमा एडिडास द कलर एंड एवरीथिंग इज द सेम. So what happens is that if you want to get into this whole industry, right, it is more advisable to have something similar to your competitors, but a little different. Okay, like your strategy has to pick and choose the competitor's logo, take that and go ahead and draw some inspiration from it, because that is a good significance that, bro, I am in this particular industry. You know, all these three brands are competing together very well, Nike, Puma, Adidas. But if you take the example of Fila, okay, Fila is in the very same industry, but the colors of the Fila logo are red, blue, and white. That is why Fila is not able to compete very heavily with Nike, Puma, and Adidas. So again, that is the best example. The Fila example is literally the best example that you can take. Is that there is a specific reason why the brands and the logos in that color and everything work out. So again, it would be a good instance if you were to take, like, you were supposed to go ahead and draw some inference from a competitor in the industry who is already doing excellent and already doing good. Uh, Also, it should look great in black and white because when you are making a logo for a brand, you make four types of logos. Okay, so whenever we're designing a logo for a company, we make one black, one white logo, and then we make two other variations in color. So obviously, your logo should look good in black and white because when it comes to design, it has to be placed in a lot of different regions. Also, the next thing is that it should be timeless because what happens, guys, in today's day and age, a lot of companies have to change their logos sometimes because their previous design is outdated. Okay, if I look at IBM, मुझे दूरदर्शन याद आता है and it looks quite outdated. Right? Do you all agree with me? मुझे IBM का लोगो बहुत outdated लगता है, but the I Love New York logo is a timeless classic. Yes, Parley G too. Thank you, buddy. That does make sense. Okay, now look at this hack. Okay, so how do you build motion? Okay, see this. This talks about build some motion in your logo. Okay, so if you make this bird, if you tilt it this way, okay, this bird is at a 45-degree angle. Okay, if you put the bird sida, okay, then it's not in motion. Since this bird is tilted 45 degrees upwards, it looks like this bird is in motion. I showed you all the DHL logo. The DHL logo had the tilt. Okay, both those what do you call the horizontal lines? There were three lines. They were all tilted lines. So when you have a 45-degree tilt, you're able to showcase motion properly. Again, if you remember the New Balance logo had horizontal lines, but they were all tilted at the end, at the edge. So again, if you want to build some motion, you can use it with the help of 45 degrees tilt or 45 degrees tilted line. And again, lastly, it says that make sure to have a sense of balance in your logo. Make your logo free of cliches. Okay, don't use cliches, don't use trends. Avoid utilizing trends in your logos at the end of the day because your trends fade out and they always will. And lastly, utilizing the elements and the principles that we learned in logo design. I'm going to skip this. That is not important. Okay, all clear, guys? Okay, let's move on. Now, let's actually understand the step-by-step process. We've learned a lot of different things related to logo. Okay, we understood the process, क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, क्या पे कलर साइकोलॉजी आता है, क्या होता है, कैसे होता है, क्यों होता है, डिफरेंट इंटरफेसेस होते हैं, शेप्स होते हैं, फॉन्ट्स होते हैं, ये होता है, वो होता है. बट मैं शुरुआत कैसे करूँ, क्या करूँ is what we're going to go ahead and learn. Okay, so now look at this. Okay, the first two steps that we have. Okay, if when it comes to logo design, we've already done all of our previous steps. You already have a story, you already have your word cloud, then your first two things of your logo design is already done. Okay, see, we're looking at the process and we're looking at it in a chronological order. The very first thing that you guys have is start with a story. Okay, ये हम लोग ने already सीख लिया है. The second thing that we have is brainstorm words. Okay, your word cloud. Again, we did this before our voice and before our tone. So this is also something that is done. Okay, now where does the logo start? Okay, the first place of starting your logo starts with sketch ideas based on these words. Okay, so the most important place for your logo design is actually your word cloud, things that represent, or you can say your brand values or your word cloud, whatever you want to call it, is where you start. designing your logos based on those values. Okay. Then you test your top sketches with your buyer persona. Can someone tell me what's a buyer persona? We learned this also last time out. Can anyone tell me? Okay, I have few replies. Target audience, correct. That is absolutely right. ओके, तो ऑब्वियसली यहाँ पे बोल रहा है कि भाई आपने एक बार स्केच किया थोड़ा आइडिया, तो जो आपने मोटा मोटी अंदाजा लगाया जो आपका टारगेट ऑडियंस हो सकता है, टाइप्स ऑफ टारगेट ऑडियंस, उसके साथ आप टेस्ट करो. वंस यू टेस्ट इट, यू रिफाइन योर स्केच, then you go ahead and then you go on Canva and you design it. Okay, and as you guys can see, there always have to be four variants of a logo. यहाँ पे they have red, green, black and white. Okay, you always need to have four different color variants. And lastly, you choose a font and then you go ahead and make a mock-up on every different platform at the end of the day. So this is a step-by-step guide of how you go ahead and create your logo. Okay, guys, now let's have a look at some of the world's best logos. Okay. See the Amazon logo. Okay, I want to skip the write up and I want to ask you guys. Okay, do you all know what the Amazon logo is trying to say? Any guesses are fine. Okay, wow, we have 7 responses. Uh, A to Z items are available. It means they have everything. A to Z items, A to Z products. We sell A to Z products, items, smile, A to Z products. Absolutely bang on, guys. That was their entire thought. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you Baskin Robbins. Let's see how many people know this story. Take your time. Okay, so y'all are saying 31. It looks like 31 flavors. We offer 31 flavors for each day of the month. That is absolutely right. So again, they're saying if you were to come to Baskin Robbins every day, that would not be a bad idea because Baskin Robbins has a total of 31 flavors, one for each day of the month. That is what their tactic is, that's what their strategy is, and that is what their logo states. Okay, can someone tell me the logical reasoning behind Audi's rings? Okay, someone saying infinity. Okay, what else? I don't think you all will know this because it's not exactly how it seems. If you Google it, then you'll understand that this has happened because four auto manufacturers came together to actually highlight and create Audi. I'm sure that entire story is written over here. Yeah, the four companies that combined to form Audi's predecessor company, Auto Union. These are Horsch, Audi, Work, DKW, and Wanderer. And again, the latest revision of the company's logo conveys the message of progress through technologies. Again, a little more complicated one, but an interesting one. This is, however, something that you all can guess. Okay, LG's logo. Okay, what is the logical reasoning behind it? This is one of the best case studies ever. Can you all see it? Like, I mean, I could never see it till I understood the case study. Tilt your screen. I mean, then you'll be able to see it. Tilt your screen. And then think of Pac-Man. Did you guys get it? It's an interesting one. I mean, this. Okay, so guys, the LG logo is an interesting one because it literally states that this is a face. See, I don't know if you can see it. Like, this is a side face, this is the eyes, and this is the mouth. It's absolutely uncanny. Uh, See, it says that it's less noticeable, but it is no a mouth and an eye and a face. Basically, see, it's trying to convey the company's approachability and connection with their customers. Okay, so LG was facing a bad reputation in the market, saying that LG is not approachable. LG's company is absolutely trash when it comes to customer service. So LG got this done in their logo. This is an L and this is a G, but they made it look like a person's face so that people think that LG as a company is 100% more approachable. Okay, and lastly, I think this is the very last one. Okay, why is the Adidas logo like this? Take your guesses, guys. हाँ पटना पे किया था एक मिनट बाद ना हाँ मान में क्यों ये बकरिया में छोड़ दिया ठीक है हम उठा लिया मतलब पर पापा ये Go for it, guys. Take a random guess. This is literally the last thing of today's lecture. Okay, I have a couple of answers. Still give you all a last minute. Okay, so the answers I have gotten are it represents the steps to success. It's like pillars or something which athletes have to complete. Someone said 3 lines means 3 countries. Someone's written growth improvement. So 100% all of these are actually right. Even the 3 lines means 3 countries, but it's not 3 countries, it's actually 3 continents. Back in the day, the three logos in the Adidas logo, it looked like this, right? Your Adidas logo back in the day, this is how it looked like. This is how Adidas Originals looks like today. Okay, so the reason behind it being like this is because it was available in three continents. That was, I think, Asia, Africa, and not Africa, maybe. It was Asia, America, and Europe. Okay, those are the 3 continents that was readily available in. If you read up about the history of the Adidas logo, that is what the three spokes that stood for. But they went ahead and changed it, right? Because Adidas became available universally and globally. So that is why it does showcase and highlight that you have to climb the particular mountain, you have to get to the top to be absolutely successful. And that is the story behind the brand. So again, it is stepping stones to success. It is like, bro, if you want to become the best player or the best athlete in the world, you have to go through obstacles. Nothing in life is going to come to you absolutely easily, especially if you want to be an athlete. But once you get to the top, right, then it's all smooth sailing from there. Right? That is why if you see the Adidas logo, it's like पहले का चढ़ाव बहुत steep है and then दूसरे side का है एकदम steep. So it's like, bro, once you get to the top, it's all simple, it's easy riding. But to get to the top, you have to go through a lot of struggle. That is what we mean by the Adidas logo. Interesting stuff. And thank you for coming in today, guys. I will keep the call on for some time now. Okay, so that you all can mark your attendance. Apart from that, if you all have any doubts, please let me know. Could be if you all didn't get or understand, I'd be happy to understand it. I'll be waiting on this call. Guys, please mark your attendance on the call, keeping it on for the same.
Sir, did you listen to Untriggered podcast or no?
Yeah, I did. It's popping on my feed right now since I followed it from the last lecture. It's coming on my feed quite a bit. I haven't seen it on YouTube
Stop
though,
being
but
too.
Did you
yeah,
did you see did you hear one of the latest episodes with Sheena Bajaj?
yeah, I think I did. I saw 3 reels about it because it kept popping on my feed. But their algorithm's good. I think that
It's
these
too good.
guys are doing something good. That's why it's popping on my feed quite often. Like I have followed a lot of accounts in recent times, but it doesn't pop up on my feed that often. Like these guys have literally hacked the algorithm or they're very consistent in posting. That's the only way that your Instagram can be so viral.
So the
But
editing is also quite good. They make it
eh,
fun.
yeah,
While
editing is
listening
quite.
to it, it's quite fun.
It is 100%. They get those good snippets and they get those short snippets in,
Yes,
like
exactly.
to the point and crisp.
It's too good.
So did
Yeah.
you watch Pink?
Yeah, I also followed that page, but I did not end up getting like a lot of reels. So for both the pages, I just followed them on Instagram and I was like, okay, जो अभी feed पे आएगा.
सर फ्यूचर में
It,
अपन भी पॉडकास्ट शुरू कर देते हैं. Best.
Uh, we should 100%. That is a good way to go. I am planning on starting a podcast also, but it'll be like a little different from what the usual podcasts are. I think podcasts have a lot of talking, and talking is a very boring format to consume content. So again, if you gamify things, then things become a lot better. So I want to do like a gamification podcast
जैसे
because I
मोदी
think that
जैसे मोदी ने अंकित के साथ किया था वैसे पॉडकास्ट करते हैं।
कैसे
म- मोदी ने वो अंकित के साथ सर वो 75 हार्ड वाला.
I don't know this. I don't know what you're referring to.
Sir, you said like you wanted to make like a gaming one, but that's what Untriggered has cracked, right? They'll have their live stream. They'll have their live stream. What's that? Heading as strip FIFA and everything, and then there'll be crazy people watching that.
Okay. Guys, send your podcast links to me, the ones you'll want me to watch exactly, because I don't have time to go and search on their channel. Send me those exact links and I'll see it. I legit will find some time to watch it. Try to send me little shorter ones because I'm also always caught up, but I'd be happy to look into it. Sounds fun.
तो डार्क वेब में इंटरेस्ट है तो ये फिल्म का यूट्यूब का पेज फॉलो करना पड़ेगा, वो उसमें डालता है। 13 पार्ट
Yeah.
डाले हैं शायद उसमें डार्क वेब के अराउंड।
Okay. Wow, that's
कल ही
interesting.
आया रिसेंट, उसका
Uh,
फाइनल एपिसोड कल ही आया रिसेंट।
So there are 13 series on the dark web on how crazy it is like that.
हाँ शायद उसके अराउंड ही है, 12 या 13। आई एम
You
नॉट श्योर।
seen all of them?
यस सर, इट्स रियली डार्क,
It's
पर्टिकुलरली
really bad.
लास्ट वन।
तो
Okay.
अनट्रिगर्ड का एपिसोड 1 घंटा या फिर मैक्स टू मैक्स 1.5 घंटे का रहता है, पर उस 1.5 घंटे में इतना फटे मजा आता है ना सर.
Yeah, I think I have to adapt to that format of content because what's happened, right? Like I've been born and brought up in such a way that I'm not used to seeing YouTube videos or content for that long, unless it's a movie or a show. So again, I think a lot of the younger generation has adapted to it very seamlessly. मतलब तुम लोग क्या देखते हो खाना खाते वक्त? तुम लोग एक यूट्यूब वीडियो या पॉडकास्ट वीडियो देख लेते हो, पर अब तक वो मेरे दिमाग में घुसा ही नहीं है कि मैं खाना खाते वक्त या कुछ भी करते वक्त एक पॉडकास्ट का एपिसोड देख लूं. So I have to change my lifestyle a little bit to be able to be open to the thought of watching like a YouTube video for an hour long, because it's equally good content. That's the whole mentality change that I need to bring in. Because I'm used to watching YouTube videos. अगर कुछ काम है तो मैं YouTube देखूंगा. Okay, I learn how to fix this or do this, do that. So that entire mentality change only hasn't come in. That's why I have the hesitance to watch a YouTube video for an hour long.
So I have sent you one of the shorts link, and so that this reel is insane, sir. You need to listen to it right now, sir.
Perfect. I'm gonna check it out. But
Did, wait,
Eleven
did you listen
शॉर्ट्स
to
में
that
क्या करता है?
wildest cab story?
which one?
The wildest cab story, cab ride ever.
No, I don't think so. Is that it?
That's the whole episode, but I've sent you a reel from the new episode.
Okay.
Can I just tell you what happened? So Sheena comes up and then she's like, in my school days, I was in a relationship with this guy, and I used
हाँ
to get
देखा है मैंने, वो देखा है,
I used
देखा
to
है।
get 98 out of 100, and he used to get 2 out of 100. So we used to complete each other. So one day it was it was open house, and then my mother came to take my result, and then my teacher said that she's hanging out with the wrong guy. And then Sheena says at that time I wished for her to be dead. And the next thing she knows, she dies the next week.
Oh shit. Well, that is intense.
आज ही देखा मैंने अभी वो क्या।
She wished
Uh,
for her teacher to be dead or her
yeah,
mom
and next
teacher
week
was
she
dead.
died.
Wow. That is quite intense.
Yeah, exact. And then later on, what happened? Further in the podcast, she's like, "Ki I should have listened to my teacher because that relationship ended up becoming toxic." And then the other guys on the podcast, they are like, "Fokat में बिचारी बुड्ढी को मारा."
But the cast of the show is too good. Huh? Like those guys are funny.
Yeah, so like Stewie, Yugu, everyone. they'll have the most hilarious wait comments. Oh, I can't find one of them. Wait.
I think I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna watch this episode while eating dinner.
So
So then, yeah, that's the only time I can find during the day to watch television is during dinner, because lunch and everything is working, working, working. So dinner is the only time where I consume television, and there I'll watch some Amazon Prime or Netflix or something like that.
so
So
they
I think.
have their own Discord channel. So over there also they maintain like a good relation with their followers. So every morning the owner of the page, that's Amin, he'll write good morning, and his good morning is always after 12 or 4 o'clock. There's this guy from the podcast named Krishna. He messaged कि मंडे है, वीक शुरू हुआ है, अच्छे से मेहनत करो, एंड he ends the statement with drugs करो भरपूर. And people then asked him कि भाई ड्रग्स खरीद के दे देगा.
So fair enough. So they're maintaining that whole youthful vibe
Yeah,
across,
exactly. They
true to their branding.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Untriggered was a lot better before they got famous. It's still better because now they have all the PR calls, everything coming in if they say anything.
Okay, now they can't say shit. They
Yeah,
have, yeah.
before they used to say say hell lot of shit, and now they have this 200 rupees a month and you'll get extra 4 episodes.
Okay, okay. Fair enough.
They had beef with beer biceps as well.
Wow, one sec. Give me a sec.
Yeah, sir.
भाई तू पूरा पॉडकास्ट सुनाएगा तुम,
नहीं भाई, I'm just telling the good parts.
but that's interesting.
Yeah, but guys, I am gonna go check it out. I have some work to complete now. I
Yeah,
think
sir.
today's lecture was good. I think make it more engaging. I appreciate this extra conversation that we had at the end.
Yeah.
Lectures are not supposed to be boring because those are the worst kind, bro. It has to be engaging. It has to be super chill because we're all learning over here. I am learning from y'all are learning from me. That is how the cycle keeps going on. Okay? Thank you
Thank
guys.
you so
I
Bye,
much.
will
sir.
see you all
Bye.
soon. Bye bye.